JCLady.
Hi there, this is Joanna from the channel JCLady, and JCLady, that's me. JCLady Alternative Education, and here we are talking about grammar, ancient grammar, and Polish is the example of the ancient grammar, just like Sanskrit, for example. And this is the third series of 10 videos. In fact, I'm continuing talking about a verb, but it's a little different. First of all, this third series, it's in the playlist Comparative Grammar. So already I'm comparing more Polish, English and French. That's the first thing. And the second is that I am passing from morphology, we started with the small parts of language, and now we are going to the broader, wider. We are going to sentences, basically, and phrases and sentences, and that's what syntax is. And we are starting today that because we are going to talk about moods, or in French they say mode, and I heard that some people just say a mode. So, you know, there is also, in Polish we call it tryby, but that will not be tribe, of course. But the tryb in Polish would be the mood. So I guess that would be the mood. Moods. And there are 7 of them. There are 7 moods in Polish, just like it was 7 aspects. We had 7 aspects of the verb, 3 conjugations and 3 tenses, 3 time zones, let's say, past, present and future. 7 tenses, and I talked about all of them. Now we are going to talk today about modes, which is called tryby. Now, it has to be said at the beginning that modes, or yeah, I'm saying modes now, this is French, okay, moods. I will be just correcting myself. So we've got that as a higher category, in fact, because that's syntax, because that's the whole speech, in fact. And you have to decide at the beginning, like, why are you talking even? That's moods. Why are you talking? Are you stating something? And that would be the indicative mood, meaning, yeah, stating, like describing, noticing a reality. Or are you asking questions, questioning? Or maybe you are, maybe that's imperative mode, yeah, a mood, but I think you use it mode, because why I would be using that? Imperative, it would be maybe you are giving orders, or just requesting something. So that's the high level. And then you decide, like, how will you put words according to the mood you chose. That's why you will decide then about tenses and aspects. Tenses in the same time zones, basically. So what time zone is this attached to? And then how exactly you want to structure your speech, right? Your sentences. Okay, moods. Today we are starting with indicative. So that's the main one. This is in Polish, but I want you to know, because it's mainly about Polish. So the name for Polish indicative is orzekający. And orzekający, I already talked a little about it in my first videos, in the first series when I was talking about the fact that grammar is sacred, that we are manifesting with our words, that the word, which is słowo, which means the verb in Polish, is manifesting. You just need one word, and at the beginning there was one word only. One word creates your world. One word creates your world. And so this is orzekający. So this is the statement, stating verb and sentence, basically, because we are on the level of sentences already. It's not just one verb with the mood. With the mood, we've got the whole sentence already. So today it's sentences which are indicative, which are stating. Now, then we talk about others, like here is like what you want, so all modals, sentences with modal words, and then questions, orders, and then all conditionals. So that will make 7 moods. Now, when you look at the table of the verb, indicative is kind of the most important, right? That describes our reality, that creates our reality, that's manifestation. And in my table, up to here, that's all indicative mode, because it's got most forms. All aspects, in fact, can be attached to indicative mode. Right, here is active, passive, personal, impersonal. Then we've got conjugations, so it's all 3 conjugations for indicative mode. And of course, it's a kind of you can use it for the other moods, but it's usually not so. The structures are there, the forms are there. Sometimes they are smaller. The amount of structures is smaller. So, and sometimes I just they are not. It's like it's not smaller, like in questions, but I just didn't put all of that because. Based on indicative mood, I explained mostly all the aspects, how it works. So then I didn't really explain so much. And for some, like imperative mood, you just don't use so many forms, right? You don't have the full conjugation forms and so on. Less forms are needed. So that's how it looks like, right? Here it's a lot. And here is just the rest of moods in this table. Okay, so something important to say, maybe. My computer, my laptop broke down the system again, so I will be using another editor, hopefully. And I guess I will not be able to put those pictures inside the video. Let's see how it works for me. But it's been a hell recently with technology for those videos. I don't know why. It's getting harder and harder. All right. How do you structure? I mean, those indicative modes. Like, it's not much to say. Do you know why? Because I already said all that, and that was indicative mood. That was it. So basically, I would have to repeat all of it, right? In indicative mood, you've got all those aspects, 7, that I talked about. So basically, that was indicative mood. Simply, right? When we are using conjugations, and that's indicative when you say, ja palę, ty palisz, on pali, meaning I smoke, you smoke, he smokes, and then I am smoking, you are smoking, so that's continuous. Then I smoke, it's simple aspect, and then that's all the time zones, right? Past, present, and passive. And that's there is active aspect, passive aspect, personal, impersonal. I already talked about all of it, and that's indicative. That's stating. So I'm not going to repeat that. What for? The sentences which are indicative, they are just stating. Those are those sentences that finish with the question, the full stop, right? There is no question marks, there is not no exclamation mark. Exclamation mark is usually in imperatives, depends, but basically it's there is a full stop. That's most sentences that we use. And there are no modals, they are just verbs of action or state. Okay. Now, at the end, one important thing, and I don't think so I will make it long, because in the English it doesn't really exist. In Polish we've got a kind of problem with indicative. Orzekający tryb, meaning the indicative mood. In Polish there are two names. There's indicative basically is called orzekający, meaning stating. It's just like the court is orzeka, meaning it states something. It makes something happen, manifesting, right? It's manifesting. So that's orzekający. Orzekać, it just also means that you are just stating the truth, and that's what indicative is. Now there is also another name that came from mathematics, I guess, and it's called twierdzenie, twierdzący. Now we've got a problem with that. I will tell you why. There's a verb orzekać, so I told you it's orzekać, it's state, and it means indicate, right? Indicative. Now there's another twierdzić. Ja twierdzę, it means I assume, or I state as well, or I say something which is unmovable, right? Which is hard truth, like reality. I talk about reality, so that's twierdzić. Twierdzić comes from twardy, which is hard, and that would be your stating, because it comes from stative, meaning not moving, right? That's the same. Now, the problem in Polish is when we started, grammarians started to put something strange, some strange structure, not structure, names in grammar, and they started saying, not using the name tryb, meaning mood, but just saying there are some sentences which are twierdzące. What is that? Twierdzące. Basically, there should be that those are indicative, stating, twierdzące. But after that, they said that there are also sentences which are przeczące, meaning negating, right? And then there are questions which are imperatives, meaning ordering, rozkazujące, and then there are sentences which are questioning, pytające. So in Polish we've got pytające, rozkazujące, like ordering and questioning. That doesn't matter now, but at first, were put twierdzące and then przeczące. And that przeczące, that's weird. Why? In fact, what happened is that when they were putting this as sentences, a type of sentences, twierdzące next to przeczące, meaning twierdzące, in fact, it would be stating. But in Polish, slowly it became like, it got the meaning confirming. That's not the same. Confirming or saying yes, positive. And przeczące was negating, which is okay. Now, you cannot put it together. Maybe it came from mathematics, but it got all wrong. Why? Because twierdzący, twierdzenie, it's not saying yes. It's not positive. That word twierdzący is just like orzekający, is stating. It's not confirming, right? It's just stating, basically. And you cannot put it next to przeczące, negating, because it's not like positive, negative, but that's what it became. And now when children are learning, they are saying zdania twierdzące, zdania przeczące, meaning sentences positive, sentences negative. Saying yes, saying no. No way, that's all wrong. It got all wrong now. Now kids remember that they've got twierdzące, saying yes, przeczące, saying no, then questions, orders. Very wrong. Because twierdzące, that's just like in mathematics, that's thesis, that's twierdzenie, that's neutral. It can be confirmed, so yes, you can say why it can be yes, or it can be no. Like at the entrance, it's open, and when you are at the level of moods, it's open. When you've got the indicative mood, it can be yes or no. We don't care really at the beginning. At the level of moods, we don't care. That's the level of thesis. We just put something, describe the reality, and it's neutral. We don't really know if it's yes or no. It can be yes or it can be no. You can confirm the thesis or reject it. Both are possible. And the indicative is twierdzące and orzekające. It's the same, like it's equals. The problem is that in Polish, like twierdzące, it means potwierdzające. So basically stating, it's equals in Polish, confirming. That's not the same, and that's very wrong in Polish. Now, I don't think so. It's a problem in English, because you've got indicative in the sense of stating, just saying what is the reality, and then you use that like negative positive. So yes, no, like yes, right? So I guess that's it, and that's correct. Or you have the name confirming, which would be like potwierdzający, right? Like saying yes, right? Okay, yeah, but that's what I just wanted to say, that twierdzące, it's not the same as potwierdzające, and twierdzące is stating, and it's not positive, right? It's not that level. Like basically, also, because it's mixing the moods with aspects, and it's very wrong, because we are on the level of moods, we're stating, we don't care what aspect it is at that level. Then we go down and we've got aspects. We can have it positive or negative and the rest. Okay, but as I said, Polish grammar is messed up, and I guess on purpose it was messed up also. All right, that's it. Remember that the reality is created, that you manifest the reality with the language. Bye-bye.